Hey everybody, Trevor here with Hanging High Hammocks, and today I want to teach you how to splice a Soft Shackle Prusik. What this is comprised of is a continuous loop on one end where you'll tie your Prusik knot, a button loop with 2 locked brummels, and then on the far end you have a button knot which will go into your button loop that you can attach a tarp or gear to off of a ridgeline. So stay tuned and we'll get splicing. So today we'll be creating a 7.5 inch Soft Shackle Prusik with a 4-inch continuous loop here, approximately a 1-inch button loop, and then a button knot on this end. So to begin, you'll need a splicing fid like so. What I'm using is a needle. I'm actually using the eye of the needle to splice the line through. You can use wire. Wire works as well. I just use this because it's a lot easier on my hands. You'll also need a 24-inch piece of utility line. Today we're using 1.75 Zingit, which you can get on our website. And then you'll need a hobby knife as well to taper the ends. So to begin, you'll need to taper the ends. Typically with Amsteel, you'll separate this and pull up 4 strands. Because this isn't weight bearing, I just go ahead and just cut this at an angle about 1/4 inch back to get the taper like so. And you can pull the loose ends out, clean it up a little bit. Like so. All right, now what you want to do is get these ends even, bring it to the other side, create a loop or a where it's in half, just make it in half there, and then from 4 inches you want to make a mark at 4 inches, and this is where you'll create your first lock brummel. So what you want to do to create your lock brummel is at the first mark, you'll open this up so you can splice through. You want to get 4 strands on one side, 4 strands on the other, like so. And then you will pull the other end through with your wire or splicing fid. Now once you have that, you want to pull the other mark through like so and repeat the process. Four and 4. Pull the other end through that loop or the hole you just created, like so, and pull it till it's taut, and they will lock on each other, and that will be your first lock brummel. Now repeat the process. You're going to go 1 inch up from the lock brummel you just created, like so, mark it, and again create another lock brummel. So four and 4, pull it through like so, and then do the process again. Now what you want to be aware of here is that you aren't splitting strands. You want to make sure that you have 4 strands on one side, 4 strands on the other, like so. And then pull the opposite end through. And there you have the continuous loop with the lock brummel. Now we'll go ahead and create the button knot. So to do that, you're going to want to mark from the end of the 2 pieces of rope 4 inches, like so. Easiest method is to just take a piece of tape, and you're going to want to keep those ends together. I have another video showing how to create the button knot, so I'm not going to go into much detail on how to do that here. You should have a link pop up that you can go ahead and see how to create that button knot. But I will show you here. So first you create your wall knot, then your crown knot, like so. Then this one goes through the first loop of the wall knot. This one goes around the one you just pushed through, and then through the wall and the top of the crown, like so. And then what you'll do is you'll just pull these ends through the top. I just take my splicing fid, go up through, or splicing needle, sorry, and we will pull this down through. Repeat the process on this side. Again, if you want, check the video out on how to tie a button knot. This knot can be confusing, but once you get it down and do a lot of repetition on it, it just becomes second nature and you can tie it fairly quickly. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to dress the knot like so. Pull that, pull that. All this is doing is making the knot tighten on itself. You're just going to work it around. Like so. And then once you get it all the way to the top, pull these strands down. Get rid of the tape by splitting it. Now we're just going to bury these ends into the zinget. Not doing my best splicing here because I'm working behind the camera, so I'm trying to peek around as I'm doing this. This is very tedious to work with because of the size. Just take your time, work it through, and then eventually you will get it. Take this through the eye of the needle. And this is the trickiest part, I would say, is getting this down through. You want to work it, twist, and then with these fingers, just follow it and milk the zinget over top of the end of the zinget. Like so. Bury it and repeat the process. Now see, if you don't work it properly, that will happen. It will pull out and you just have to go and bury it again. I would say this is probably the most frustrating size to work with out of Amsteel, Lash It, and Zing It. The 1.75 is very tiny. And there you have it. I do want to give a shout out to Mac, who led me to this splicing tool here, the handle with the needle. This is a great tool. But there is your Soft Shackle Prusik. If you find any of this useful, be sure to like, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can stay up to date on our newest releases. If you have any questions, be sure to drop them below. If there's anything you'd like to see, it makes it a lot easier for me to create videos when you have recommendations. So drop those recommendations below. And until next time, get hanging.